Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve. Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Crime drama Dick Kollmar starring as Boston Blackie in an episode going back to December 17th, 1946. It seems someone is deciding to mimic Boston Blackie.
I've got a gal who's a beautiful gal, but she ain't got a brain in her head. Come in.
Hello, Martin.
Well, Boston Blackie, come in. This is sure a big surprise.
Surprise, Martin? Have you lost your memory? You phoned and asked me to come down here.
Yeah, I know, Blackie, but frankly, I didn't expect you to show up. Sit down.
No, thanks. I move faster when I'm on my feet.
Oh, Blackie, there's nothing to be afraid of. All I want is to ask you a favor. I want you to lend me 10 grand.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Oh, what's the matter? You think I'm a bad risk?
No, a bad boy. Is that all you wanted to see me about?
That's all. You won't lend me the money?
How did you ever figure that out? Is that why you got me down here?
That's right.
That's wrong. So long. Keep your head underwater.
I've got a gal who's a beautiful gal, but she ain't got a brain in her head. She's the belle of the ball with no trouble at all, but up between the ears, she's dead. Hey, Tom. He's gone.
I know, Jim. I heard the door close.
Did I keep him here long enough for you to get a good idea what his voice sounds like?
Look, why do they call me Tom Jenkins, the man with everybody's voice? I've been a stage headliner for 20 years.
Yeah, I know all about that, Tom. When you do Blackie, will you be good?
Good. I'll be perfect. Just before Blackie went out the door, he said, like this. So long. Keep your head underwater.
No. That's not quite right, Tom. It's close, but not close enough. Now, try it again.
Well, maybe a little lower, huh? More like this.
So long. Keep your head underwater.
Perfect. That was perfect, Tom.
Sure it was. I told you it would be. Now what happens?
Now what happens? Now we go to work.
And now back to Dick Kollmar as Boston Blackie. Enemy to those who make him an enemy. Friend to those who have no friend.
I've got a gal who's a beautiful gal, but she... Well, did you find Mike's new phone number, Tom?
Yeah, here it is, Jim. You want me to call him now?
Right now. Are you sure you remember how to do Boston Blackie's voice?
Just listen to this.
You want me to call Mike now, Jim?
Oh, that was perfect. All right, go ahead, call him now. This is going to be something.
Here goes.
I've got a gal who's a beautiful gal. She's a real perfect model, you'll note. She looks good in mink, but when she starts to think, her mental control is remote. Oh,
Quiet, it's ringing.
Oh, great. Make this good, will you, Tom?
Good? It'll be perfect.
Hello?
Hello. Let me speak to Mike Burns.
Speaking.
Mike, this is Boston Blackie.
Oh, Boston Blackie, huh? Well, what is it?
I got news for you, Mike. Jim Martin is out to kill you.
So? What's it to you?
A lot. I know you don't like Jim. Well, I don't like him either.
What's that make us? Fraternity brothers?
No, not quite. You see, I'd like to get Jim myself, but I think you have a priority. Now, if you'd like to surprise Jim, you'll find him hiding in that abandoned gas station on Route 20 at 9 tonight.
Are you leveling, Blackie?
Go on out to the gas station and see for yourself.
Thanks. Maybe I will. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, Tom?
He thought I was Blackie, all right. No doubt about that.
All right. I get on that phone and make the second call just the way I told you. You know his private phone number?
Sure. You gave it to me this morning.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I've got a gal who's a beautiful gal. One look and you know she's perfection. She walks like a queen in the movies I've seen, but she thinks in just every direction. She's not the kind of... Well, is it ringing yet?
Yeah, just started.
Oh, make this good for sure. This is the most important part.
Good? It'll be perfect.
Faraday speaking.
Hello, Faraday, old pal. This is Blackie.
I know it. And this is police headquarters. Goodbye.
Never mind a goodbye just yet. Be a good boy right now, and you'll be a happy kid later.
I'll be a happy kid when they pass the law to keep you from bothering me.
Look, when I stop bothering you, you'll have to start thinking, and you're so out of practice, Faraday. Listen, you want to get hold of Mike Burns, don't you?
Do I? I'll say I do.
Well, I know where you can find him.
Yeah? Well, I know where I can find Lana Turner, but I can't get near her either.
Look, Faraday, I know you can't get to Mike in his hideout without losing 10 cops doing it. But I happen to know he's going to be at that abandoned gas station on Route 20 at 9 o'clock tonight. It's your one chance to get him.
I still think this is a joke. But enough people have died because of Mike Burns. And 2 of those people were policemen. So maybe I'll take a chance.
Do that, pal. That gas station at 9 tonight. You can set a trap for him. So long, Faraday.
Well, good?
Good, it was perfect. He thought I was Blackie, and he's going to have cops out there when Mike arrives.
Great. You begin to see what's going on now, don't you, Tom?
Yeah. This fellow Mike Burns has threatened to kill you, hasn't he?
Uh-huh. So, to save my own skin, I have to pickle his. All right. You go back to the theater, Tom. Thanks to you, I don't have to kill Mike myself. The cops are going to do it for me.
There's the gas station, Mike. The road past those bushes.
Yes, I know, Tony. I know my way around this place. I think I'll leave the car here. I'm getting out and walking the rest of the way alone.
You want me to take the wheel now?
Yes. You're ready to get going fast. Blackie said Jim would be here alone, but
hey,
you
Mike,
never...
look in those bushes.
Where?
I caught the flash of something shiny moving up there.
Where?
Over there. Hey, over there, too.
All right, Mike.
It's the cops. Get going, Tony. Come on, get going.
Here we are.
No!
Mike, what's the matter?
I snapped a slug.
Bad?
No, just in the arm. Keep this crate rolling.
Should be wide open in a second. Are you all right?
Yeah, sure. Takes more than a lame wing to bother me.
I'll get you to a dock right away.
Never mind the dock. Take me to Boston Blackie's place.
Blackie's? Why?
Why? Because he's the lowest, dirtiest rat that ever lived, that's why. He set me up here to get Jim.
Yeah, I know, but what...
You see what he really set me up here for, don't you? To walk me into a police trap. I get the whole thing now.
And those cops almost got you, Mike. I'll take you to a dock and you'll be...
Oh, no, you don't. I'll let the doc fix my arm after I fix Boston Blackie.
Hello.
Hello, Blackie. This is Mary. Are you standing me up?
Oh, no, Mary, I'm just a little late. In fact, I was just going out the door. Uh-oh. There's someone at the door. Come on in.
Well, how soon are you going to be here?
In 10 minutes, Mary, I promise. Put on your hat and coat and... Oh, hello there.
Hello, Blackie. Know me, don't you? Mike Burns?
Yes, sure. I'll be right with you.
Blackie, who are you talking to?
Just the maid, Mary. She wants to clean up in here, I think.
The maid has a very husky voice.
Oh, she's got a cold. I'll see you in 10 minutes, just as I promised. Bye.
All right, bye.
Well, Mike, as long as you're here, come on in. Only I have a date. Suppose I get a girl for you.
Look,
it'll be a nice...
The only date you're having tonight was with me and this. You see what this is?
Looks like a gun.
That's just what it is. And you know why I've got it on you, too.
Do I? Well, that's news to me.
Don't try to go innocent on me, Blackie. I don't like phonies.
I don't like them either, Mike. And I really don't like not knowing what you're talking about. What's this about a trap?
You know all about it. You sent me out to that closed-up gas station to get Jim Martin, the way you said on that phone.
The phone? I didn't say anything to you on any phone.
You called me at 4 o'clock this afternoon, you know it. There were cops waiting for me out at the gas station. You know that, too.
Oh, so that's it, is it? Mike, I think I know what's happened.
Yeah?
I was up at Jim's about 4 this afternoon, but it wasn't to call you. Jim said he wanted to borrow money from me. But what he really wanted to do was borrow my voice.
Look, that was your voice on the phone. I know it.
You think it was, Mike. But believe me, it wasn't. Somebody was imitating it, and there's only one guy around who's that good an imitator, Tom Jenkins.
I don't know anything about any Tom Jenkins. All I know is that you phoned me and told me to go out to that gas station.
Jenkins is on the stage at the City Theater, Mike. He's the one who talked to you. He's the one...
Oh, forget about Jenkins and everybody else. I know you made that phone call and set me into that trap. So come on. You and I are going for a little ride out in the country.
But, Mike, I have a date with my girl. If I'm not at her apartment in 10 or 15 minutes, she'll have the police out looking for me.
So what?
So unless you want to be followed out into the country, let me phone her and tell her I'll be delayed.
All right. One word about this, Blackie, and I'll blast
Don't worry, I won't tell her anything. In fact, you can stand right there and listen to me.
Oh, don't think I won't. All right, go ahead and pick up the phone and call your girl. And let's get out of here.
All right, I'll pick up the phone and flip you with it. Oh. So, I was saved by the bell. The Alexander Graham bell.
Oh, this Tom Jenkins is a marvelous imitator, isn't he, Blackie?
The best, Mary. That's why we came to this theater, just to see him.
Yes, I know.
Folks, you got that one a little too easily. And I don't think you'll have much trouble with this one either. I know I don't.
Now listen, all you guys and babes out front. If any one of you run into Bacall, I want you to tell her I was up at the theater tonight, not clowning around.
That was Humphrey Bogart, wasn't it?
Wasn't Shirley Temple. No wonder he could imitate my voice. He can do anybody's.
And then there's a fellow who isn't quite as tough, but is certainly is just as unpleasant when he wants to be. He usually says to his frightened victims,
"Don't worry, little girl. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to give you this lollipop."
Oh, Blackie, that was wonderful.
No, it wasn't Mary. It was Peter Lorre.
Any time you want to apologize for that, it's all right with me.
Thank you very much, and good night.
Oh, shucks, it's all over.
Well, his act is finished, yes. Let's wait till he gets a chance to take off his makeup, and then we'll go back and have a little chat with him.
Blackie, please tell me why we're backstage to see Mr. Jenkins.
Well, Mary, it's not because I want his autograph, I assure you. Wonder why he doesn't answer.
Maybe he's not in his dressing room. Oh, Blackie, you're up to something. I just know it.
I'm up to something, all right, Mary. My neck in trouble. Oh, why doesn't he answer?
Well, I certainly don't know.
Listen, Mary, Jenkins imitated my voice and got me in trouble with Mike Burns.
Yes, you told me that.
I wish somebody would tell me why Jenkins doesn't answer my knock. Well, I guess I'll try the door.
Well, nice try. It opened.
Let's walk in and wait for our friend.
Good enough. You know, I always... Blackie.
Yes, I see him, Mary. It's Jenkins.
Well, is he?
Uh-huh. He is.
Dead, huh?
Very.
Oh! The door slammed.
No, it didn't, lady. I slammed it.
Mike.
Blackie, is this Mike Burns?
Yeah. I'm Mike Burns, lady. Take a good look at me if you want to. Because as soon as I get through with your boyfriend here, I'm going to polish you off for good measure.
From December 17th, 1946, Boston Blackie on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
And here's the Cinnamon Bear.
The oldest known children's Christmas serial in radio history, The Cinnamon Bear, featuring some of the most popular actors in radio history, including Elliot Lewis, Joseph Kearns, Verna Felton, Lou Merrill, Frank Nelson, Howard McNear, and child actress Barbara Jean Wong. 85 years later, this series of Judy and Jimmy traveling to Maybeland to recover their silver star still fascinates youngsters of all ages. Now we're offering the entire 26-episode series of The Cinnamon Bear via download for a Buy Me a Coffee donation of $10 or more at classicradio.stream. Support Classic Radio Theater and have The Cinnamon Bear for your family to enjoy for years to come. Go to classicradio.stream and donate $10 or more, and I'll send you a link for immediate download. classicradio.stream. We know Dick Kollmar best for his role as Boston Blackie, but he had another radio show that was very important. He did a New York City wake-up show from his apartment with his wife. You probably have heard of his wife, yes. She was a newspaper columnist, but probably best known for her television work on What's My Line. Dick Kollmar was married to Dorothy Kilgallen. Now more of Boston Blackie, December 17th, 1946.
Gangster Jim Martin hired a mimic to imitate Blackie's voice and trick another gangster, Mike Burns, police killer, into a trap set by Inspector Faraday and his men. But Mike escaped from the trap, and believing Blackie double-crossed him, he goes to Blackie's to kill him. Blackie, however, escapes, goes to see the well-known mimic, only to find him dead. Then Blackie and his friend Mary Wesley are both trapped by Mike. As we return to our story, Blackie tries to reason with the killer.
Look, Mike, use your head instead of your gun for a change. Do you know who this dead man was?
Yeah, sure I know who he was.
Who?
Tom Jenkins, headliner on the show.
You saw his billing, huh? Good. Now, what did Jenkins do?
He imitated voices.
Go to the head of the class. Jenkins could have imitated my voice, couldn't he?
Yeah, he could have.
He not only could have, he did. That's why he's dead. So put your gun away.
Not yet, I won't.
Oh, look, Mr. Burns,
quiet,
even
lady, will you? This is between Blackie and me.
You heard what the man said, Mary.
I'll be quiet.
Now, Mike, don't you see it was Jenkins here, hired by Jim Martin, probably, who made that call?
Yeah, it could have been at that, only it was you who crowned me with that telephone.
I had to do that. You wouldn't listen to me. Look, give me time and I can prove it was Jenkins here who called you and sent you into that trap. Give me some time, will you, Mike?
Wait a minute. Sure sounded like you on the phone, Blackie.
Sure it did. Jenkins was good, Mike. The best impersonator in the business.
Uh-huh. Makes sense, all right. Okay, Blackie, I'll give you a chance to prove what you're saying, but listen. Wherever you go, I'm going too, see? And wherever you go, you're going to go in my car, see?
Fair enough.
And get this too, Blackie. First place we go is where I want to go.
Where's that?
Pick up my pal Tony. I think he ought to come along with us. He'll be insurance against you doing anything I don't like. You see, Tony likes to use a gun, and I kind of like to see him use it. Remember that, Blackie.
Come in.
Here's that report on the murder of Tom Jenkins, Inspector Faraday.
Well, it's about time, Stewart. Any dope on the gun?
Yeah, it was a 32.
Uh-huh. Anything else?
Two very interesting things, Inspector. The doorman at the theater described the guy who came to see Jenkins just before his body was found.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's only one guy that the description fits. Guess who?
I don't want to play any games. Who was it?
Boston Blackie.
Blackie? I might have known he'd be mixed up in this somehow. Okay, send out an alarm for him. I want Boston Blackie picked up. And I don't care in how many pieces.
Look, Mike, you'll guarantee Mary will be safe if I leave her here in your car while I go in to see Jim Martin.
I'll be all right, Blackie. Don't worry.
You'll be safe, Blackie, as long as you play it safe and don't pull anything fancy while you're in with Jim. All right, here's his place. Pull up here.
I know where he lives.
All right, Blackie, get going.
Okay, relax, Mary.
I'm so relaxed, I'm limp.
I'll be right back.
You better be. Keep a gun on the lady, Tony.
There's a gun on her, okay.
I'll be back. Don't let those two mugs scare you, Mary.
Okay.
Terrific. She's perfectly swell, but I'm here to tell. Come in.
Hello, Jim.
Ah, hello, Blackie. Decided to lend me that 10 grand?
Not this time. I'm here because I got a tip that Mike Burns is looking for you.
I don't think I have to worry about Mike.
No? Well, go to the window there and tell me whose car that is parked just up the street.
Ah. What you got, Blackie?
That red sedan up there, do you recognize it?
Yeah, that's Mike's.
That's right. And in a minute, Mike will be coming in here to see you.
What for?
You know what for. To get even with you for a lot of things. If I know Mike, he'll come in the back way and through this door back here. You better get your gun out and be ready for him.
You're a nice guy for tipping me, Blackie, but I don't own a gun. How about lending me yours?
I'm not that nice a guy.
Well, maybe I can find one in a drawer over here.
You'd better hope you can.
Yeah? I got a gal who's a beautiful gal. She's perfect, I gotta admit. There's gold and a half, but just under there, there isn't one half of a wet. Ah. This looks like a gun, doesn't it?
Yes, it looks like the one I want, too. Look, it's something like mine.
Put your gun away, Blackie, fast.
I think not, Jim. I need it to help me get what I want. Your gun. In fact, that's the reason I'm here.
What? Mike's not on his way up here?
No, he's waiting outside for me. I'm going to prove something to him.
Whatever it is, I don't want any.
Drop that gun, Jim. Drop it.
Sure, I'll drop it, Blackie, as soon as... Oh.
Knocked it right out of your hand, didn't I? Don't ever try to outshoot me, pal. Just leave the gun where it fell, Jim. You didn't own one, huh? Well, you don't now, because I'm taking it.
Now, look, what do you want my gun for?
I think it's the gun you used to kill Tom Jenkins. So he could never admit he imitated my voice.
Oh, you figured out the Jenkins angle, huh? Try and prove it.
Oh, I'm not going to try to prove it, Jim. I'm going to leave that up to the police, but I think I'd better make sure that the cops will know where to find you when they want you. Come here.
What for?
I've got a present for you. Here.
Oh.
Sleep well, Jim. Because I'm going to put some rope around your hands so that later on the cops can put a rope around your neck.
December 17th, 1946, Boston Blackie on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite station. Now the conclusion of Boston Blackie from December 17th, 1946.
Well, Mary, I see your two boyfriends are still in the back seat.
Yes, Blackie?
Didn't they think you'd be lonely up here?
Oh, they reminded me often enough that I wasn't alone.
Start the car, Blackie, and start to drive. Slowly.
Backseat driver, huh, Mike?
Yeah. Well, Blackie, what did you get out of Jim Martin?
Enough to prove he killed Tom Jenkins, I hope. And if I can prove Jim killed Jenkins, won't you be convinced Jenkins was imitating my voice on that phone call?
Maybe.
Well, where do we go from here?
You tell me, Blackie.
Well, I got Jim Martin's gun. I'm pretty sure it's the gun that killed Tom Jenkins.
You got Jim's gun, huh? You hear that, Tony? Blackie took Jim's gun away from him.
Yeah, I heard him, Mike. Ain't that too bad?
You know, Blackie, your time's running out. You ain't convinced me yet.
I will. I have an idea.
Hey, what's wrong with his car?
I don't know.
Mike, we're running out of gas. We've been driving around a couple of hours.
What? Wasn't the tank full?
I ain't sure. We're stalled.
Sorry, Mike, and right in the middle of a boulevard, too.
Cop!
Don't worry, Mike. I won't say anything to him except that we're out of gas.
Hey, what's the matter with you? Don't you know better than to park in the middle of the
Put your gun away, Tony.
I got it.
I'll get out of the car and talk to the cop. He might recognize you, Mike.
Yeah, he might at that.
Mary, you better get out, too. We may need a little feminine charm.
Well, all right, but it didn't help any with those two lads.
All right, now, what's the matter here? What's the matter?
Come over here to the curb, and I'll tell you all about it, officer. Mary, maybe you can explain to the man.
Hey, what's the lady doing with the gun?
Hey, Tony, can you hear what they're talking about?
No, I can't, Mike. And I don't... Hey, Mike, look. Blackie left the ignition turned on. Look what the gas gauge says.
What? Hey, we still got half a tank. Blackie stalled his car.
Yeah. And I bet there's something wrong with what Blackie's telling that cop. We'd better get out of here.
And fast, too. Climb up in the front seat. Let's get going.
I'm practically in the front seat now.
Come on, hurry. Get this buggy going.
Hold on. Here we go.
Hey, wait a minute. Mike! Push that pedal down and it goes through the floor. And keep it there till we get out of sight.
Attention all cars, attention all cars. Be on the lookout for a maroon sedan. License plates 7Y602. License number 7Y602. A maroon sedan. Driver is Tony Leeds, and other man in car is Mike Burns, wanted for murder. Approach vehicle with caution. Use extreme care. Burns killer. Attention all cars. Attention all cars.
Mike, what do we do now? Just drive around like this?
I'm trying to think, Tony. Maybe we did wrong. A wrong thing skipping away from Blackie. Maybe he wasn't crossing us when he talked to that cop.
No? And why did he say we were out of gas when we had half a tank?
He didn't say that, Tony. You did.
Hey, Mike, look what's behind us. A police squad car. Look, we'll just pull out of that side street there. Another SWAT.
Yeah, you're right, Tony.
Hey, that ain't all. There's a third one coming out of another side street.
There. There's a fourth. Pull away from the curb just behind us. Blackie's still that cop, all right?
That dirty double-crosser.
Never mind about that guy now. Drive. Let's get out of here.
Okay.
Turn the corner onto the speedway here.
All right. Forget Black if it is, huh?
Never mind about him. We'll get him sure of it later. Come on, faster.
She's wide open now.
Well, keep it that way. Those cops can drive almost as fast as we can.
Yeah, but not so good. They got to slow up to make the turn out of that bridge up there, but I'm not gonna.
Hey, take it easy, will you?
Sit still. I know how to make it without slowing down.
But, Tony, it's a sharp turn. Look out, you fool. Slow down.
Slow down, nothing. Hold on. Here we go.
Tony, we can't make it.
Keep your guns ready, men. They may not be dead.
I don't know why they aren't dead, Inspector Faraday. They hit that wall head on.
Yeah, I know, Stuart. But we don't want to take any chances.
We don't need to worry about chances, Inspector. Tony and Mike took one themselves, and look at them. They're both dead.
Too bad.
Too bad.
Yeah. The end for these guys should have come up the river, not on a bridge crossing it.
Yeah, I know it. Hey, look who's here.
Hello, Faraday.
Beat it, Blackie. I can look at just one bad accident at a time.
Oh, now, Faraday, don't tell me that you saw because I solved the Tom Jenkins murder for you, too.
You didn't solve anything, Blackie. If Mike Burns killed Jenkins, he also killed himself trying to get away from me.
Faraday, you mean you haven't received the gun I sent you?
Sure, I got it. I sent it to the lab the minute it was given to me by the cop you gave it to. It's the gun that killed Jenkins, all right. But where did you get it?
From the killer, Jim Martin, and I'll tell you where you can find him all tied up and waiting for you.
Yeah?
Yes. But I've got to leave now because Mary Wesley is at home, all dressed up and waiting for me.
December 17th, 1946, Boston Blackie on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, an episode of The Cinnamon Bear. This episode goes back to December 17th, 1937.
Now we'd better hurry and see about Judy and Jimmy. You'll remember how the Cockleburg Cowboys, headed by Slim Pickens, rescued the twins, Cinnamon Bear, and the Crazy Quilt Dragon from the awful river of mud. But mud was the least of their troubles. They had no more instructions for getting their Silver Star back together again. That is, not until Slim Pickens showed them a most magical trick. Taking Judy's little looking glass, he placed it inside his 10-gallon hat, and magico! Queen Melissa appeared just like that, and wrote them a note which said, "Underneath the singing tree, another clue you're sure to see." They learned that the singing tree was somewhere in the Golden Grove, and off they trooped across the Purple Plain until... Indians, yes sirree. And right now our friends are running as fast as they can. They don't dare look back. Goodness knows how many are chasing them, but I must say they're certainly hooping it up.
Faster! We just gotta get away from them. I'm going as fast as I can, Jimmy.
So am I. I feel like I'm getting a stitch in my stuffing.
Hang on to me, my friends. We must outdistance these aborigines.
Gee willikers, look ahead.
Cactus. A regular forest of it.
Let's run around it. Hurry!
It's no use. It stretches as far as I can see.
But we just gotta try to get through. We just got to. They're right behind us.
Oh, my poor Cinnamon Hide.
Oh, why, they've stopped. Probably proceeding to surround us and subject us to their power.
Suppose we just don't pay any attention to them. Just be nonchalant.
I'm scared to turn around and look at them. Gee, I guess they're waiting to spring on us.
I've heard that Indians admire courage. Let us turn and face them as boldly as possible. As I always say, put up a united front.
Right, Crazy Quilt. Come on, everybody. When I count 3, we'll all turn around together. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Oh, my goodness. Why, it's only one Indian.
Bless my stuffing, so it is.
How our fears magnified the number.
Look, he's all made out of wood.
How?
How do you do?
How? You said that before. Can't you be less monotonous?
We better ask him who he is. Maybe he doesn't speak English.
Me speak 'em plenty good English. Me go college, play 'em football, speak 'em swell English. Yeah, man.
What is your name, my lone aborigine?
Me chief cook and bottle washer.
Bless my stuffing. What an extraordinary name.
When me leave college, catch 'em job in cigar store.
What did you do?
Didn't you ever hear of a cigar store, Indian?
Oh.
Me no like cigar store. Get tired people scratching matches on face. Get tired standing up all day. Lay down on job. Get fired.
Well, my vanishing American, why did you chase us clear across the purple plain with your hideous war whoops?
Me like beautiful overcoat.
Overcoat? Oh, what do you mean?
Your overcoat. Blue, green, red.
Oh, what?
Me love Indian princess. Many happy returns. Catch 'em coat, go see many happy returns. Knock 'em cold.
Oh, well, I'm sensible of your admiration for my lovely colors, my petrified Hiawatha. But this is not an overcoat that I wear. It is my own hide.
Want 'em just same. Make trade. You give 'em coat, me give you head start.
Bless my stuffing. That's hardly a trade, friend Indian.
I should say not. Poor Crazy Quilt.
I'm sorry, but I could scarcely bring myself to part with my pelt. After all, a Crazy Quilt dragon without his outside would be nothing.
Gotta have 'em. No give, scalp 'em all over. Yeah, man.
Oh, please, Mr. Indian, don't take Crazy Quilt's beautiful coat away from him. Wait, I'll give you this wonderful magic lunchbox instead. It has cookies and sandwiches and lemonade and...
No, me wooden Indian. No eat.
Oh, dear. What will we do?
Must have overcoat. Me wear. Chief soap in the eye. No get looking with many happy returns. Give.
Say, Judy, remember how we got away from the Wintergreen Witch by showing her your looking glass? Try that on him.
All right, Jimmy. Mr. Indian, please look at this pretty looking glass. You can see your face in it.
I hardly blame you for saying As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised at all if you said
Purdy. Me like see face. Make trade. How much cost 'em?
Oh, nothing.
Too much.
I mean, we'll give it to you if you'll just leave the Crazy Quilt Dragon alone.
Yes, my naughty native. That's a fair trade.
Me take too many happy returns. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, I was scared for a minute that you'd be a skinned dragon, Crazy Quilt.
As a matter of fact, so was I. I'm very grateful to you, Judy, for saving my hide.
Oh, that's all right, dear Crazy Quilt. But if you'll excuse me, I'm getting awful anxious to find the Golden Grove with the singing tree, like Melissa told us to do.
You bet. And Christmas is getting closer and closer. And we've just got to get the Silver Star mended before we go back home.
Well, the Golden Grove is still a long way off. And we have to get around this mess of cactus first.
I wish we had the airplane which we left at the bottom of Looking Glass Valley.
Well, if we did have it, it wouldn't do us any good, because it'd be too small for Crazy Quilt to get into. And anyway, it had holes in the tank where the stork poked his bill through it.
And we didn't have any more soda pop to run it besides.
Oh, dear.
Would you feel inclined toward a bit of piggyback, Crazy Quilt? I think we might make better time.
Why, I'm just in the mood for piggyback. Hop on, and I'll take you on a personally conducted tour of the Purple Plain.
Hooray! We'd never get here.
Boy, this is sure something.
It's the Golden Grove, or I'm a cinnamon so-and-so.
Couldn't be anything else. Why, these trees are every one just as gold as can be. I never saw anything like it.
My goodness, I touched that one, and it felt just like a real honest-to-goodness tree.
Gee, isn't it funny? They're all just about the same size and shape and everything.
They're laid out like an orchard, aren't they? Stretching as far as I can see.
Even the grass and the moss are a sort of greenish gold.
Well, it's certainly awful pretty. But how are we going to know which one of these trees is the singing tree? They all look alike.
Oh,
gee, what's that?
The Wintergreen Witch.
Judy, the looking glass. Quick, show her the looking glass.
Oh, Jimmy, I can't. I just gave it to the Indian.
Oh, Willikers, I forgot.
Oh, my poor stuffing.
What's that? No looking glass? It's very kind of you to tell me that you no longer have that dreadful looking glass with you.
Oh, dear.
That was the only thing that bothered me. Now, my pretties, it's Wintergreen's turn.
Oh, why do you have to disturb us? We promised to leave the island of Obi, and we did. We haven't done anything to hurt you.
Oh, you haven't, eh? Well, it happens that you've caused me a great deal of trouble. A great deal too much trouble indeed.
What did we do?
Do? I'll tell you what you did. Didn't you go to see Melissa?
Sure we did.
And you had the colossal impudence to tell her about meeting me. And what does she do? Just banishes me from the island of Obi. That's all.
I remember Melissa's remark about your practicing unlicensed magic. But surely you realize that you were breaking the law and should be punished.
Oh, indeed. And who is Melissa to make laws for Wintergreen the Witch? That empty-headed little minx? Before she became ruler of Mabyland, I was the ruler of the island of Obi. And now she takes away my magic forest. All my fine captives gone. Just turns me out of my home, that's all.
Oh, goody. I bet Fee-Fo the gentle giant got out of your magic forest.
Yes, he did. And it's all due to you. Melissa just this minute pronounced judgment on me and magic-coded me off the island. But I'll fool her. I'm a better magic maker than she is anyway. You'll see.
Well, what are you going to do?
You'll see, I said. I'll make Melissa sorry that she ever commanded me to leave the island of Obi, never to return.
I can't understand why Melissa let such a dangerous creature run loose in Mabyland.
I'm going to make life pretty miserable for Melissa and the people of Mabyland, and I think I'll begin with you.
With us? You mean, cruel, ugly old witch. You just better not.
What can you do to stop me now? First of all, give me your silver star.
But it's all broken.
Broken in a dozen pieces.
What do you want with a broken star?
I'll make 1,000 stars out of it. Hand it over.
I will not, you old buzzard.
I said hand it over.
Oh, gee willikers. Here it is.
Now, please, will you let us go?
No, my pretties. You're not going to have the chance to interfere with me again, no indeed.
Oh, come now. None of us has any intention of interfering with you, my good woman.
Don't call me a good woman.
A good witch, then.
Don't call me good. I'm wicked, I am. I'm Wintergreen the Witch, and you dare to call me good.
Well, I'm sure I didn't know.
Well, you talk too much, crazy quilt dragon. But you won't much longer.
Oh, dear. I'm so scared, Jimmy.
Oh, don't be scared, Judy.
Yes, maybe she's joking.
Somehow, I don't just think she is.
Oh, dear. I wish Melissa could see this mean old witch trying to make trouble for us again.
Melissa? Melissa can't save you now.
I bet she could if she knew you were making magic when she told you not to.
Perhaps if she knew it. But she doesn't know it, and I'm going to make certain this time you won't do any more talking. I'm going to change you all into...
Into what?
I'm going to change you into bullfrogs.
Bullfrogs?
And you'll be able to do is croak. That's all. Croak. And the sooner you croak, my pretties, the better I like it.
My, that wicked Wintergreen Witch is back again. I thought we'd seen the last of her, but that's the way it is with witches. They pop up when you least expect them. I certainly hope something happens to save our friends, but just between you and me, I can't imagine what it will be.
Like I said, it was an all-star show long before many of these stars had become stars. The Cinnamon Bear, December 17th, 1937, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We thank you for tuning in. If you'd like to share this the Cinnamon Bear programs with your youngsters, grab the set from Ted at RadioMemories.com. He supplies shows on cassette, CD, or on flash drive for your computer, all at very reasonable prices and all at very good quality. Check out Ted, RadioMemories.com. That's RadioMemories.com. My webpage is classicradio.stream. There you can stream our shows on demand. You can learn about building a classic radio collection of your own. You can also contact me there. And if you would like to find our social media links, you can find those there as well, along with lists of places where you can download our podcasts. That's all at classicradio.stream. You can also buy me a copy. The Buy Me a Coffee money helps us expand our classic radio collection, and it also helps us in building, keeping our distribution channels up and running. Again, that webpage, classicradio.stream, classicradio.stream. Thank you for tuning in. Do me a favor, thank this station, support their advertisers, and tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.